I'm Bambi Francisco for Vator TV, the network for innovators, and I'm speaking with Forrest Kolb and Joe Paone, and they're both co-founders of BizzFlip.com, which is a classifieds or Craigslist for entrepreneurs. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So BizzFlip.com, we have the site back here. It looks like it's used for a lot of companies looking to sell themselves. I mean, looking at sort of business for sale, business services, seminars and events, and you have about nearly 500 companies that have posted themselves for sale. Is that, am I looking at that right?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
and that's just within San Francisco, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically we took the traditional classifieds model and specialized it into a niche platform for business owners, people looking to get into business, people looking to find venture capital. So that's why people have been considering us the Craigslist for entrepreneurs.
And what kind of businesses are these for sale? Like franchises?
Could be anything. Franchises are very popular now. They could be mom and pops, anything.
And when you size the market, you know, we're sort of in the same industry. We're
Right.
doing Vator TV, and we're for entrepreneurs and innovators, probably a lot more sort of tech related, but we're pretty broad as well. But how large is this market you think you're going for? I mean, right now there are 23 million, I guess, small businesses, but do you think it gets larger?
Right, we think that the market will actually, we know the market's growing every single day because we keep our eye on it, and actually most of the people giving us feedback and that are signing up as users on our site are mentioning that they have subscribed to what we call going from corporate to incorporate. So we believe more and more people are leaving that corporate 9-to-5 job to start their own venture because the possibilities are endless.
Okay, and then when they start their own venture, I mean, they're not trying to sell it, so how do they get on the site, or why do they get on the site? To find what,
Yeah,
partners?
absolutely. They can, if they have an idea, then perhaps they can go to the venture capital section and see if they can, pitch their idea and raise funds.
Okay.
Or maybe they just want to find a franchise that's, up their alley, and then they can go from there.
What's the traffic been like? You've been up and running since May 2007, and where?
Gets bigger every month.
Yeah, the traffic's basically been growing every single day, and we've been doing a lot of SEO, SMO, SEM.
And guerrilla marketing.
And guerrilla marketing, yeah. Joe and I have been to events in guerrilla suits. No one knew it was us, and we basically.
Now they know.
Yeah. Well, sorry. So yeah, but we really feel, and from the feedback we've been getting, that by tailoring, for example, we have a biz personal section. So we took the idea of a traditional personal section where guy meets girl, female meets man or whatever. And we have subcategories such as find your next business partner or networking or merger. So this is allowing, a place for both business owners and future business owners to network and strategize.
Now, do they sign up as members, and
yeah, it's free. It's free to sign up, and you can start posting within minutes.
And it's interesting, so the Craigslist, and you call yourself the Craigslist for entrepreneurs, Craigslist makes its money on charging for, say, apartment listings or job postings, and yours is, it's different. Everyone can post for free.
Correct.
But what is show us your advertising model that you created.
Well, what Craigslist opted out of doing, we've actually opted into doing, and that's using banner advertising to fund the site. And because we're doing that, everything is going to remain free for our users, so that they'll be able to post indefinitely. The only caveat to that is we do have a featured section for those that want to get the maximum exposure on the website. They can post on that for just paying a small fee.
Right, but it's interesting. So now you're selling those banners for $300 a month. I mean, you've chosen to actually create this yourself as opposed to go with an ad network or even use Google's AdSense. And these are the people who are already on your site.
Right. And the reason why this works for a niche classifieds like ours, and there are few niche classifieds out there, is that advertisers are more than willing to get in front of the business community. So instead of, let's just take Craigslist for example, a traditional one-dimensional classified site where people are selling bikes and looking under the erotica section or something like that. We have just a professional community, so people with businesses and services, both big companies and small companies looking to drive traffic to their site or to their blog or to their event. they can buy banner advertising and get in front of this community for a smaller fee.
Now, what are your metrics? What do you look at to sort of measure your success?
Well, right now we're just trying to grow the users and the amount of visitors we get every day. So that's pretty much the benchmark that we're using right now is really comparing ourselves to these other sites. It's a little difficult to do since they're not a niche.
Who would you say is your competitor?
Well, yeah,
it's tough to say. I mean, Craigslist, you might say they are, but I wouldn't necessarily call them a competitor. Mm-hmm. But there are websites out there.
I think we've basically carved our own niche, and
Exactly.
as more and more people find out about us, I think it's only going to help grow the community. And the more and more feedback we get every day, we're fine-tuning all the time and adding more value to the site.
Now, you self-funded the company, the
Correct.
three of you. You have another partner who's not here. You self-funded the company with how much?
Well,
You know-
that's going to remain a
Well,
trade
these days,
secret.
yeah, trade secret, but
We are self-funded, and we have a plan in place, and we have always discussed if we ever wanted to take more funding, we would do the best thing you can do, and that's just make a post on BizzFlip under venture capital and reach a lot of the VCs and
Yeah.
everyday people that are looking to fund. And that brings up another point, is that with our venture capital section, we're looking into something that people haven't really been talking about that too often, and that is peer-to-peer venture capital. So we're believing in a system where instead of just pitching to venture capitalists, you're pitching to baby boomers who are retiring
Sure.
and looking to invest in something that they love.
Sure.
And so that's where the business community
and those are
comes
who
into
you're
play.
calling VCs. They're
Exactly.
probably
Right. I guess
investors, but so they
angel
create
investors.
a profile for themselves and
Exactly.
they list themselves as
VCs, everyday people, college kids,
Yeah.
everything. So
How many do you have? How many investors do you have on your site now?
It's tough to track that matrix. I mean,
yeah.
because anyone can use the site.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
hard to say. We do have success stories from people that wrote us and telling us how excited they were that they found the money they were looking for.
Right.
Right.
So when you think about partnerships, though, do you think you will have partnerships with, say, smallbusiness.com or some larger media property that might want your classifieds?
Yeah,
Or you think you're just
Wouldn't rule
no?
anything out.
Right. Yeah, we've been in communication with a few different kind of both startups and established companies, and we're not really discussing or promoting anything yet, but obviously there's going to be a lot of places to tie into other companies that are both just starting up and that have been around in the business community.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of companies would be able to utilize us because the traffic we're driving is business-centric. So you can imagine that we're getting a lot of emails and getting called a lot from all these companies saying, oh, link to us, we're going to help you out. But really, it's us getting the traffic, so
Right.
we're going to keep it as is for now.
And you're going to stay, I mean, you probably can get to a point where you're profitable if you just run it with the three of you, and much like Craigslist, and they never really had to raise funds.
That's the track we're on, yeah. So.
Okay, good. Keep it simple.
Yeah, exactly.
And focused.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for stopping by, Forrest Kolb and Joe Paone.
Thank you.
Good luck on your venture, and
Thank
I'm sure
you.
we'll be doing some stuff together,
We
Vator
look forward to
TV
it.
and BizzFlip.
Thanks so
Great.
much, Bambi.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Forrest Kolb and Joe Paone. They're the co-founders or the founders of BizzFlip. I'm Bambi Francisco.